Hello, all. Welcome to the September 25 Evil Hat State of the Hat. I'm Sean Nittner. I use he, him pronouns. I am a product developer and project manager at Evil Hat, and I'm going to tell you what we're doing this September. But first, a small anecdote because I can't help but share this. My wife is going to be out of town this weekend, and normally when she leaves town, I enter full goblin mode. Like, I do not know how to take care of myself at all. I eat nothing but Cheetos, sit around in my underwear, binge nothing but Supernatural. It's bad. And this time I am staving it off by hosting SeanCon at my house, and I'm having some friends over, and somehow I am running 6 and facilitating 1 game on top of that. So I'll be facilitating Azeba's Bed and Breakfast, and then running Shadow Dark and Streets of Jade and Blade 68 and Spell and Blade and Mythic Bastionland. 4 games over a weekend is usually a lot. 7, we will see. So, if you don't see an October version of that, that's because I did not, an October version of this, it's because I did not survive the weekend. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a blast. I'm seeing a bunch of friends and running a bunch of games I'm excited about. 3 of these are games I've never run before: Mythic Bastionland, Yazeba's Bread and Breakfast, no, I guess just those 2. Never mind. Just 2 games I've run before. The other ones I've run. So, it'll be an adventure. Oh no, wait, I forgot. Mothership. Yeah, also Mothership. The 7th game, which I have not run before. So that's it. I'll be running the Cloud Bank, the Gradient Descent adventure, or a part of Gradient Descent in Mothership, which should be delightful. So yeah, I mean, if the xenomorphs don't get you, space will get you, and if space doesn't get you, capitalism will get you. That's my life too. So with that in mind, let's look at what we're doing in the hat this month. Okay. We have last month. I did say I was hopefully going to announce something, and I am excited that I finally get to talk about it, because we've been working on this for ages. And in fact, not only have we been working on this for ages, but it is a story that goes back many years, all the way back to the origins, all the way back to the start of TTRPG history. And that is Shannon Appelcline, the Emmy Award-winning author of Designers and Dragons, has written 4 more books. This is a 4-volume set, everybody. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 volumes. 4 more books on the origins of the history. Everything from Chainmail to Mystera. This is every game, every supplement, every product that came out, and it is all done in loving detail, where we've captured the old covers. We've recovered whenever we could all the details about it, including the creators, the artists, etc. And it's a whole history of everything that is everything that went into all of these original adventures, including the how they connected to one another, how they influenced play culture, and also like when there were problematic issues with them, because there certainly were. So fun stuff. And I don't know if you can tell from this image, but Chris Viana, who is our lead graphic designer, has done just a chef's kiss, a beautiful design work on this, and made every bit of this page just rife with details. So on the margins, you can see what part of history we're in, and by each image, you've got all the information about it. And just the layout on this is it just jumps off the page, and it really, Shannon did a great job this time of breaking it up into very bite-sized, manageable pieces. And Karen Twelves was the editor on this, and she had found thousands and thousands of tiny little details to make sure it is just right. So we're super excited about this. We're going to be crowdfunding this next month. You can go to the Evil Hat website and click on the big image there, or go to BackerKit to follow the campaign. It's going to be just a killer history. The text is all written. It's in final edits right now. It's going to markup. We've laid out the first book. We've got 3 more. It's going to be sold as a 4-volume set, very comprehensive. You're going to be able to get it in PDF, POD, physical print, audio format. Yeah, so excited about Designers and Dragons Origins by Shannon Appelkline. Next up is Streets of Jade. If I can click it, yes, Streets of Jade, which is still available for playtesting for I think 10 more days. So if you are seeing this and you are interested in playing superpowered Asian gangsters who also run the city, and you like crime drama and you like cool martial arts and you like magical stones that give you powers, magical jade, this is definitely the game for you. It's based on the Paragon system. It's very fast resolution. It is one of the games I'll be running this weekend. And I'll be running this scenario, Oil and Water, created by the creator, James Mendez-Hodes. Notably, this is one of the games, I can say this is one of the games where we have had the most involvement from the IP holder, honestly. Fonda Lee, the creator of the Greenbone Saga, has been with us the whole way, and she has helped so much in shaping this game. And she's playtested it with us. She's written a bunch of the setting sections. She's reviewed almost everything. And so it's great to see that her influence is in the game as well. And also, it means that there's lots of cool details about John Loon and KCON. And if you are if you're a fan of the books, you're going to find tons of cool stuff in here. So check out Streets of Jade playtest, available right now. Oh, I forgot. I was going to include some little bits about it. So here is a couple examples of it. We have these amazing maps by Tim Paul of KCON and of John Loon and of the whole world as a whole. And so many details about living in each location, about each ethnicity, between the Abaque and the Yucatanians and the Shatarians, and of course the Kekanese. There's so much about all the people from all over the world. So it's a great game, but it's also like a really fun read as well. Mendez is very conversational as read, and his style is to mirror personal style and combat styles. It's just as important how sharp your suit is as how sharp your blade is, which I think is a real fun element of this game. All right, enough about Streets of Jade. Let's look at Deep Cuts. Deep Cuts, the supplement, the system and setting supplement for Blades in the Dark, is at the printer right now. We are expecting the books in sometime either next month or early November. We also have the Red Ledger, which is the spent so much time. This is my personal passion project. Was the Red Ledger, was working on getting a bullet journal that would really be an incredible tool for any GM running a game of Blades in the Dark. And this includes places to put all the faction information, places for all the crew information, places for all the clocks that are going on, places for all the various opportunities and threats that are facing the crew. A huge bit of reference sheets in the back. I don't know about you, but do you always have to open the book when you make an engagement roll? I do. I've run this game. I've read Blades in the Dark probably 150 times, and I still have to look at the book to find an engagement roll, to make an engagement roll. I know you get a die for a bold plan. I know you lose a die if it's overly complicated. And then I start forgetting. Are they especially strong against this? Are they especially weak, vulnerable to this approach? I don't remember, but the Red Ledger will have it for you. It's also got a bunch of tables like rolling up people and devils and streets of Dustfall. So there's so much good stuff in Deep Cuts, which includes new details on heritages, new details on backgrounds, tons of alternative systems. And the Red Ledger reflects those changes. The faction list includes all the new factions along with the older ones. It also includes where there's things like reference sheets for the payoffs. It includes both the base Blades in the Dark version and the alternative Deep Cuts version. So it's very, very proud of it. It is also being printed right now. What is currently still in development are the stickers. Those are, we just got the proofs from them. They don't look quite like this. This is actually an early prototype, very similar. But we just got the proofs from the stickers, and they're looking great. We had some issues with the cut lines, so we had to go over those a few times. We got those just right. These are going to be perfect for putting in your Red Ledger as you update it. But they're also just cool little stickers to put anywhere you want. you're the boss of your stickers. We're not going to tell you what to do with it. Every single person who backed the Deep Cuts campaign is going to get 3 sheets of stickers, all different kinds to use in your Blades in the Dark game. Yeah, any physical backer is getting these. We're very excited about it. And the next piece is the Cutters deck. John is painstakingly working on getting the graphics for the Cutters deck just right, getting each image perfect, getting the symbols for the blades, the flames, the crowns, and the devils just right. And Allison Arth, who has made the Gentleman Bandit series, which is a deck, which is a solo or 2-player, depending on which game in the anthology you're playing. But these are typically solo games played with a deck of cards about the Gentleman Bandit series. She has written the Gentleman Scoundrel specifically for use with the Cutters deck. I have played it already. I hearkened back to my days playing R.C. Keel and wrote in her voice, and I will probably share that somehow, maybe on my blog. I don't know. I don't really social media anymore, but if I did, I'd definitely share it there. It was a lot of fun. It's a great game, and I'm really excited to see Gentleman Scoundrel come out alongside the Cutters deck. Okay, next up. No more Blade stuff. Wait, there is more Blade stuff! Oh my goodness. Blade 68. Pam Punslin is doing sensitivity reading on it right now. John Harper is doing a full review for a consistency check. Tian Deng is, the creator, has finished the text. He is working on more of the art. And once all those come together, then it'll go to editing, and then it will do final checks, and then we'll have it ready for probably a Q1 crowdfund. Is my expectation. This game is so hot; it's so exciting. You can see Glass Cannon has run games of it. You can see that we've got a few actual plays up that we've played on the actual play channel, the game, every time Tim works on it, it gets better and better. It's been so much fun. I've been working deeply with this game. I'm such a huge fan and part of the Blades process development that I've just been at every playbook, every ability, every section. I've really gone through it myself with a fine-tooth comb because I love the world so much, and given Tim a lot of feedback, and he's actually incorporated a lot of it, which is exciting. He has such a brilliant mind, and also such a brilliant artist. Look at these new playbook, the new art for some of the playbooks that he's just completed. Oh, here's our map. Here's our beautiful map. But we've got our swinger, a wheeler and dealer, the life of the party. We've got our operative, a stealthy and clandestine espionage professional. And perhaps my very favorite, the soul of a condemned criminal trapped in a robot body with a little kitty cat. It is actually one of the Hull's abilities to have cat. Is it pulled from Data in Star Trek Next Generation or other robots with kitty cats? I don't know. I think it's adorable. I love it. Yeah, so good. Tim's art is fantastic. He's working on the cover right now. I haven't seen it, but I am very excited. Okay. Enough Blades in the Dark stuff. Wait, no, there's more Blades in the Dark stuff. The Dagger Isles. Okay. In a second, I'm going to tell you about Tian Deng, and then that's going to explain this. Maybe I did this out of order, but the short of it is that I now have had a lot more free time to do product development. And that has meant a really deep dive in the Dagger Isles. And we've been going over the playbooks, which are probably the most important part of the game, very, very thoroughly. And we've been looking at the playtester's experience and going over the playbooks. And I've been making proposals and running them by John and running them by Pam. And then we've been iterating back and forth. And Pam has been just dumping so much lore and just beautiful, brilliant details into it. So unfortunately, I don't have anything beautiful in layout to show, but I can show off a couple moves we're working on right now. Fireflower, this is for the Barong. The Barong is a character obsessed with their vendetta, their Gisi, which is something that this absolute need to have justice, but in doing so, in becoming this weapon of justice and becoming this force to punish those who have hurt their people. They themselves have had to leave their own banyan, their own community, because they're become like the monsters that they hunt, and they travel filling out their vendetta and the Gisi of others. Now, the interesting thing about the Barong is that in Blades, you typically play in a particular area. And so the Barong can't really stay put for very long. They kind of cause trouble wherever they go. They actually have one move, which a shame isn't here, but is essentially you can command people to agree with you that you were just in an action. But if you roll a 1 to 3, you still succeed in it. It's counted as a 4 to 5 result, but you are now unwanted. They're like, yeah, we agree. You this person deserves this punishment. But like, we don't like you. We don't like your face anymore. So the Barong has this tension of, if they're staying in an area, like how long before they wear out their welcome. Anyhow, their top 3 abilities, I was very excited. We've been working on. The Fire Flower is the bow that they've crafted from the Fire Flower tree, which they can infuse with the ability to fire an arrow that explodes in a fiery bloom, or that goes through the ghost field, ignoring obstacles and armor, which is pretty important because on the Dagger Isles, the primary threat may not be bluecoats. It may be Imperial military who actually have like real legit armor, and those arrows need to penetrate that. So it's very useful. The Doomed ability, which grants you the ability to have an additional trauma, and notably this trauma does not go away even if you die. So your character can go up to 5 trauma. If they have a crew ability that gives you another trauma, they can go up to 6. And their 6th trauma is that they have walked this doomed path, and they are finally and truly doomed. But it allows that Barong to stick around longer than their companions. They can weather it even in death. And finally, the Predator, John teased this on Blue Sky. Don your hunter's mask and spend time in solitude, focusing on the last prey you have wounded. At any time before they heal the wound, declare how you appear silently behind them. While directly pursuing your Gisi, your actions are not impeded by harm penalties. This is a 2-part ability, and that first part can be used anytime you are behind them, no matter what. That does not mean, however, that they are not with company or that you have a safe exit. So you put yourself in the middle of danger like scoundrels are supposed to do. So excited about Dagger Isles. Okay, I promise that is it for Blades and Orc stuff. Let us talk about Monster of the Week, Hunter's Journal, and Slayer Survival Kit. The book is finished and out, and we've been working on the stretch goals, which is now a 112-page document, Mystic Marginalia, and I've got a couple little teasers. One of them is the first part of it is a mystery generator. It's tools for creating your own mysteries, and so there's just table after table after table of what kind of phenomena, what kind of monsters, what kind of minions, what kind of locations, all the details and all the twists that you can have. So this is one spread of many, I think it's like 50 pages that are mostly just spreads of resources and tables for you to use creating your own mysteries. We also have some new playbooks like The Abandoned. The Abandoned was abandoned, and now they have a real sense of, they really struggle with their own sense of community and connection to others. But they also understand people who are on the fringe and people who aren't understood by others, like a lot of the monsters that they face, and they have a certain kinship with them. We also have the Elemental. And then we've got we also have a new team playbook, the Ensemble team. So there's new hunter playbooks, new team playbooks, and a bunch of modified zoomed out and zoomed in combat moves. So you want to really kind of brush over a fight and zoom out of it, we've got some moves for you. You want to get really nitty gritty into something like a duel, we've got moves for you there too. So Mystic Marginalia is a great tool for both keepers and hunters. It's something we're really excited about. As a stretch goal, it's going to go to all the backers, but we'll release it on the Evil Hat website. We'll put it on drive-through, and we'll make a POD version of it as well. So if you, like me, like to have physical copies of these things, you'll be able to do that too. All right, Umdaar. Umdaar has had some exciting advancements. We're getting closer. Umdaar, I think in past episodes I've said, well, we're kind of trying to figure out, is it a game? Is it a toolkit? Is it an essay on gaming culture? And the answer is yes, it is all those things. Umdaar is going to be released as a compilation of all of these different things. I'm excited to show a couple little slides. This is the current layout, which has been updated quite a bit from our first pass, but it's an introduction of planetary romance and the history behind it, and of course, an introduction to Umdaar and the Wildernexus and the Freelands and all of the parts of the world. So very excited. Hopefully, we're going to be sharing that with you next year. So I'm excited to have this continue moving along. Abyssal is under post playtest revisions. It is getting annotated versions of each playbook. So Ash Cheshire is going through, and really the city playbooks were extremely rich and full of history. And now the character playbooks are getting a really delicate and really loving treatment going through all of their moves and kind of the implications of all of those, because you are playing liminals, these people on the edge of the abyss, and you can become abyssal. You can sort of turn abyssal, where you go from the bitten to the vampire and then back again. And what does it mean to live on this fringe? And what do each of the moves mean in terms of really succumbing to your abyssal nature? Rangers of Broken World by Leon Richardson. We are very excited that Lauren Colt is working on the art for this. We have cover art and iconic art for each of the Rangers. It's going to be an absolute just chef's kiss. Lucia Searswood is doing art direction on it, and she is the art specs that she gave Lauren are amazing, and we worked with Lauren a bunch, and their work is fantastic. Karen is finishing the editing on it right now, and then it will go into layout. I expect to see Rangers in the middle of next year. Hopefully you expect to see it too. All right. If you would like to know more about Rangers of the Broken World, you can go to evilhat.com/blog, and there are a ton of design diaries. I think there's 14 of them, I think there's 14 of them, where Leon goes through each of the playbooks, the world itself, the way encounters are written, the way the conflict system works. It's a bespoke system, and there's just a whole lot of great details in the design diaries that Leon wrote up. So check those out. GodKiller, a holy punk RPG for the GodKiller and one GM the God by Connie Chang. I don't know why I always have to read that. I just love it so much. It's such a good title page. Connie and Ray and C have been working on the expanded GM advice, the GM section, creating a cradle, which is your setting, and a lot of details to take this game, which is fully developed, into a book, into a product that will teach you how to play it as well. Connie has playtested GodKiller a ton in duet mode, which is the default mode, 2 players, 1 God and 1 GodKiller. But they're also working on multiplayer versions and solo versions as well. So excited that progress on this keeps moving, and we'll have more to report on that as things move along. All right, Tian Deng. I alluded to this earlier, but I've been working with Banana and Sen on this for over a year now, but really robustly, I would say, this year. So the last 9 months, really robustly, we've been going through with a fine-tooth comb and making sure that each of the moves really lined up, and that the boons in the curse system, which is a really important element of the game, interact with every single move. They interact consistently. They always work in the same way, and they always have important, significant effects on them. We worked on the star economy. We've worked on the gig structure itself. So much work has gone into just really refining this down to be the best version of itself. If you want to play the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, aunties, grandpas, in a Chinese diaspora who are utterly in the prime of their life, but they are looking towards retirement and they are out for one more adventure and they are taking care of their godship, who has an artificial consciousness and it's part of the family. If you want space hijinks, if you want real sweet family stories, if you want stories about elder care, this is absolutely the game for you. Tian Deng is so delightful. We are doing a second internal playtest because we made so many heavy revisions to it. So we'll be doing that, and hopefully I can share the results of those playtests soon. Project Perseus, John and Strash have both been revising the text of the game and the cities. I'm really excited about how the cities have come along. The factions have really exploded. They went from kind of a paragraph description of what the faction is doing to each faction having a very discrete doomsday plan with steps that they need to proceed to get through it, having individual leaders, having relationships, some relationships with each other. We've intentionally left the factions not completely pointing one another because we don't know which ones will be in each game, and so we want to give each GM the ability to tailor them towards one another. But each of the monstrous threats, from the thaumaturges to the otherworldly to the gifted to the cults, they are all just delicious threats, and the cities have really gotten just such beautiful details. And the core loop game itself, we filled in a lot of blanks of areas where GMs would need additional advice or where additional explanations for things would be useful, and where some of the mechanics might have been grinding some gears. We've been smoothing those out. So I'm really excited for Perseus to keep on development. We'll keep sharing more with you as that develops. As the Sun Forever Sets by Riley Daniels, the Martian calamity, the story of Martian invaders who arrive in Britain and in England and are destroying and taking over the world as they go, and you are normal people running from this impossible invasion. It is a horror game. It is a hex crawl game. It is a sandbox game. It is a Forge in the Dark game. It's a game with a very fixed end. This game will last 15 days. Will you make it? We do not know, but I certainly hope you do. All right, everybody. That was everything going on under the hat. Everything going on under the hat for September 2025. Thank you so much for hanging out. This has been a true delight to share all this news with you. And please wish me luck over this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing. It was perhaps a mistake to agree to run 7 games, 3 of which I've never run before. But, we'll see how it goes. And if there is an October 2025 release, that means I made it. All right. Until then, keep gaming.